Hey, what up, guys? I'm back to another video. We're watching I Am a Flat Earther Ask Me Anything. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Pamela. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Shelley. Nice to meet
Hello,
you.
Pamela.
Did someone convince you that the Earth is flat?
Well, I wouldn't say that someone actually convinced me the Earth was flat.
So why would NASA and these
That ass
scientists
ain't
lie
flat,
to
though.
us about it?
Yes,
Kidding.
that is like the million-dollar question. I think that they're doing it to maybe protect us from something that they think is out there that they don't want us to know. You know, I have my hypothesis is that I think that they're hiding the true creation of this Earth.
How do you think the Earth was created?
I believe the Bible, when it talks about the earth was created in 7 days, he created a firmament and he created the sun and the moon and the stars inside of the firmament.
What the fuck?
Sewa tengah.
Oh, for fuck's sake, it just started the video. How's it already
Capai
out?
terau mati.
Created a firmament and he created the sun and the moon and the stars inside of the firmament.
What, I guess, proof do you have that the Earth is flat?
With my own eyes, I have seen distances where we shouldn't have been able to see objects.
Could you describe
It's
the
just 'cause the
shape
Earth is
of
big.
the Earth, like a piece of paper or a plate?
The best way I can describe it is it's like a circle, like a clock, with a dome over the top of it.
So a
So
globe.
where do you believe the Earth ends then? If you believe it's flat, like where is the fall-off point?
It could be like an infinite plane. You know, the Bible says it can't be measured. I know
fucking
that's not
Minecraft.
scientific, but you know, that's just kind of what we've experienced as well. Even going back to what Elon Musk had said at one point, not that, you know, I believe everything Elon Musk says, but it was interesting and intriguing to me of what he said was that we live in a simulation.
No, there's a 1 in billions chance that this is based reality.
How many people would, I guess, be in on it?
Very few people, high up people, are in the know.
How do you feel about the pictures of the Earth from space?
If you look at those pictures, NASA will even admit that they're CGI. And even a gentleman from NASA said that some of the pictures that they get, you know, from satellites are these composite images that they have to kind of paste together. And so it's hard for me to say with all certainty that those pictures are authentic.
Do you think the moon landing was fake?
Yes.
What led you to believe that?
So my husband actually brought home this movie talking about how the moon landing was
awesome.
fake. And I honestly was like so upset
Oh,
that he would
mean,
even.
but that would be a difficult relationship if you believe the Earth is round and she doesn't.
Go there with me. I
Prob-
started to question it more. Sure enough,
Pictures.
there's absolutely no way that they could have gone to the moon. Absolutely.
That's
Honestly,
like
I agree.
Oh,
I
you
do agree, yes.
What? Tell me what you think.
Just the way it was depicted, it really never connected in my mind.
I was not expecting to hear.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
How do you explain like the phases of the moon?
We believe that the moon is its own light. A lot of people think that the sun basically
The
reflects
sun
onto the
reflects
moon.
onto the moon,
But what we find is
sun
that
does,
the
so it's
moonlight is a cooler light and the sun is more of a hot light.
So if the Earth is flat, how do you explain time zones?
So if it's a close sun, it would be kind of like a spotlight. The time zones work because that local light, just kind of like a flashlight, doesn't light up the whole circle. It only lights up a certain part of the circle.
I'm curious what the
Well, then
explanation
make
is
the
for
sun really
gravity
small.
and things like the Coriolis effect.
Well, gravity's still technically a theory. We know that there's an up and a down. As far as Coriolis, I was in the military and I've shot weapons, and we were never once taught to account for Coriolis.
What kind of weapons, if you don't mind me asking? Like ICBMs?
Well, when I was in the military, we shot M16s, and
Okay.
the railgun is a
What one's
question
that?
because it can shoot 100 miles, and it's a line of sight weapon. So 100 miles using the curvature of the Earth, it just doesn't make sense that they'd be able to hit the target.
With the globe model, it's like 24,000 miles, the circumference.
Yeah, like 25 we kind of used.
Yeah. Okay, so 100 miles would be less than 1% of that. So I guess it's not much of a difference. Like, it doesn't matter as much. I guess I'm asking more in relation to things like rockets, like ICBMs or airliners and stuff like that.
Airliners, if they were flying, let's say 1,000 miles, they would have to dip their nose down to stay in a line with the globe.
So, do you believe in global warming?
So I don't believe in global warming, but I do believe in a greenhouse
trying to
effect
catch you out
because
there.
I believe we live in a greenhouse, you know? And I do think that how we treat
you mean
this
in a
place we
shed?
live in is very critical to the quality of life and other lives, and not just us, all the different ecosystems and things. So I'm also a vegan. I know that's not,
Nice.
yeah, so I try to
like
do no
my meat.
harm, you know?
Do you believe in any other uncommon beliefs?
Yeah, definitely. I believe in giants, that there was a race of humans that were very, very, very tall.
That's interesting. I
yeah.
kind of agree with you.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie. Yes, it makes sense
Wow.
because dinosaurs, like, they were so huge. So what makes you think that humans couldn't have evolved that way
Right.
either?
Totally.
Yeah.
How has your idea of the Earth being flat affected your relationships?
I've lost family members who want nothing to do
they
with
did.
me because of my belief. When I first came into Flat Earth, I absolutely came in to try to
You came
refute
into
it.
Flat Earth.
I went into this
Born on another
belief kicking and screaming like I never,
planet.
ever thought I would be a flat earther.
I'm curious what your dating life is like.
I will say I only date flat earthers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever dated anyone with a differing opinion?
I was married, so I lost my husband. He was killed. And so I've just, that was about,
Jeez, try not to laugh.
2010. So I didn't really come into,
Ever
No,
dated
no, no.
anyone with a differing opinion?
I was married, so I lost my husband. He was killed. And so I've just, that was
He looks like he's trying not to laugh.
about,
That is not very nice, mate.
2010. So I didn't really come
you
into the
smiling about it?
flat earth until around 2015,
Yeah, I like being
2016,
upset.
where
Upset me.
I really started questioning it.
Do you have any
It's
kids?
been what?
I do, yes. I have 2 children, my daughter who is 19 and I have a son who will be 14.
Do
Really
they
believe in-
agree with the flat
Yeah.
earth theory?
I will say that I've given my children the opportunity to learn both. My daughter really doesn't care. She's like, don't talk about it, Mom. I don't really care, you know. And so I try not to embarrass her when she'll see stuff like this. And my son is definitely a flat earther.
What is your favorite thing about the Earth?
My
The
favorite
ego's
thing
fully
about the
confidence.
Earth is that despite anybody's idea of what shape it is, we're all here for a purpose. And the relationships that we make here are the most precious things. The beauty in being alive here.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you think we could
I
be
don't
more
watch
tolerant
shows,
of radical opinions?
I think so. I think it's important for us to be able to stand in our truth and understand and have empathy of where people are at and why maybe they feel that way. And I may lose everything and everybody, but I'm gonna still stand. And thankfully, we live in a country where we're able to express openly, or hopefully we can, ideas that aren't popular, and being able to stand in that truth is really
Don't say
what's
that
at the
about
heart of the matter.
America.
Okay? Hi! Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
Why
for
were
sharing
they
this
not looking at each
information
other?
to me.
I
so
love
much,
all the
Soraya.
questions.
Thank you for answering.
All
Oh,
right.
she got a nicer mic than me.
That's a nice communication.
Those are heroes.
Right, you're right.
Oh, okay. And I watched that Flat Earther vs. Scientists. That's too long to watch for a video. So.